Welcome grade 8 students, this is Mr. JB once again, and our lesson today is language skills, active and passive voice. So please turn your literary companion on page 224 and prepare the materials that we need for today as we start. The learning objectives are pretty simple. First is to identify the forms of active and passive voice. Second is rewrite the voice from one form to another. Let us not prolong our agony and we shall start our lesson. We all know that active voice shows that subject performs the action, while passive voice is when the subject receives the action. Here are some examples to show you how. Example 1. Malala gave a speech at the conference. In this example, the subject Malala did something. She gave a speech. In contrast, when the sentence is written in passive voice, the subject receives the action. Example 2. The speech was given by Malala at the conference. In this example, the subject, the speech, receives the action because it was given by Malala. Sometimes passive voice makes sense. However, passive voice may be used to emphasize the object of the action or the action itself rather than the subject. For instance, the sentence Malala was threatened by the Taliban intentionally puts the emphasis on Malala rather than the Taliban. It is not incorrect to use the passive voice, but it is incorrect when the writer shifts voice within the same sentence. Inappropriate shifts of voice may result to unclear and confusing sentences. For instance, example 3. Inappropriate shift in voice. Aliyah took books from the library and they were hidden in the guest room. How to correct them? Corrected in using active voice, Aliyah took the books from the library and hid them in the guest room, while the correct version for passive voice is, the books were taken by Aliyah and were hidden in a guest room. As example shown above, the writing is much clearer if you revise the incorrect sentence to use the active voice. The sentence is written in passive voice is not incorrect, but it is less clear than the one it uses in active voice. Let us practice and apply what you learned. Identify whether each sentence uses active or passive voice by selecting the correct word. Please pause this video as you answer. Welcome back. Let's check your answers. A. Passive. B. Active. C. Passive. And D. Active. Number 2. These sentences have inappropriate shifts in voice. Rewrite each one to use active voice. Take time to answer this sentence. Looters stole furniture and supplies from the library, but the books were left behind by them. Answer: Looters stole furniture and supplies from the library, but they left the books behind. B. Aliyah saved thousands of books from the library, and they were stored by people nearby homes and businesses. Answer: Aliyah saved thousands of books from the library, and people stored them in nearby homes and businesses. C. Aliyah and her neighbors knew that they would not have enough time to save all the books, but more than 3,000 books were saved by them. Answer: Aliyah and her neighbors knew that they would not have enough time to save all the books, but they saved more than 3,000 of them. Question 3. Type a paragraph summarizing the central idea of Malala Yousafzai's speech at the youth takeover of the United Nations and include at least one sentence in the active voice and one sentence in the passive voice. Then, work with a partner to identify the sentence that is used in active voice. Since you don't have a partner, why don't you just work on your own? Take time to answer this section. Possible answer: in her speech, Malala Yousafzai argues that the education is the right of all children and, in fact, of all people. When education is offered to all, people learn how to make their communities stronger, fairer, and better. However, some people fear change and want to prevent others from learning. These people must be resisted. In summary, forms of voice may have different intentions and emphasis, and passive voice can be incorrect when the writer shifts voice in the same sentence. I hope that you do learn something today. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of New Vision International School to be updated of the new lessons and the new videos. See you on the next video. Bye!